Good afternoon, parents. First, let me say that words really can't describe how bummed out I am that we have been moved to a virtual learning situation. I know, as all of you know, that this is not best for any student, and particularly for students who need the kinds of intense learning supports that the students in my classroom need. However, we are going to make the best of it, and it's certainly going to be better than it was in the spring. First of all of the students have their own device that they've been working with, and we have been training and working hard for this day, knowing that it would probably come. So please rest assured that we're going to do our best on our end to provide great educational support for your learners, and I think that it's going to be enlightening for all of you to see how far they've come and how great they are at accessing the technology. So, with that being said, I wanted to give you kind of a preview of what you're going to see in your child's to-go bag that's going to come home with them today. So, first and foremost, let me show you. They're each going to come home with their own Chromebook device. When they open it, it'll power up, I believe, like this. All of the students know how to log in using their own QR code card, which is Velcroed here. And they can follow the procedure to log in. So a couple of side notes on this. Each device has a stylus here. It's stored within the device, and these are could be easily lost. Some of the kids use them, some of them don't. So just want to make you aware of that. And then they'll have a charger. Be sure to keep up with this piece. Their devices will need to be charged for them to do their work each day. Then they're each going to have a folder, a green folder. And we're going to start with a blend of paperwork and digital work on the device, if that makes sense, to kind of ease the transition in and kind of bridge that gap between to where we're all doing everything digitally online. So on the left side of the folder, there will be some directions from starting beginning Monday through the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. So for 7 days, this is kind of a layout of 7 days of activities. There's also instructions for how to log into the Chromebook. And if you happen to have a student that gets a tablet, how then to do the tablet, because it's just a little bit different. And then also from there, how to access different items that your student will need to get to, such as the Google Classroom, which is where they'll go to complete activities and assignments. How to get to IXL, which is a great place. It's just a plethora of learning activities for math and language arts, and those are detailed out, like what day I want them to do what thing on this assignment here. And then how to get to Lexia Core 5, which is it's for language arts instruction, and then Dreambox, which is for math instruction. And your students are have done IXL, Dreambox, and Lexia in the classroom, so they all know how to get there. They all are familiar with that setup. But so this is really a lot for you, and to give you familiarity to help them if they stumble and kind of have difficulty remembering. Also, here are directions for Quaver Music, which is also something on the Wayne Learning Hub. Currently we have art, and I'll talk about that in a minute, but eventually the next special area rotation they have is music, and so they're going to be able to need to get to the Quaver Music app on their device. So that's in there. And then there are activities for several days on each side. There's a writing activity prompt that goes with this football activities, and then there's also for many of the students practice writing their name if they need to work on that skill. Expectations will be that they will log in by 8:30 each morning. Oh, wait, there's one more thing. There's also a bag. Each student has a bag of school supplies, in case you didn't happen to have, things around the house that they would need to do activities or to keep them busy. And some of the students are more familiar comfortable using a mouse than the little touchpad on the computer. So they might come home with a mouse as well. It's a wireless mouse, and so if they do, it'll have one of these little receiver things plugged in the side on one of the USB ports. So that'll be there as well if they have a mouse. The Chromebooks are also touchscreen, so that's a nice feature as well. And the kids, some of them, and all of them are really good at figuring out their best access, whether it's the mouse or it's the little mouse pad, or if it's the touch screen, or a combination of all of them, using the stylus, using their finger. They're really great at knowing what works best for them. So they are going to be expected to log in and to go to a Google Meet each morning at 8:30. And for the first morning, I will send that out in a Parent Square, and I'll put it in, it'll be in the Google Classroom at the top of my Google Classroom, and there are instructions on how to get there and what that looks like. And we'll do our morning check-in and calendar, and that's how we'll take attendance. And then up until Thanksgiving, the other activities that we're going to do online is we'll do a whole group reading time at 11:15, and then we'll do our whole group math time at 1:45. And that's really just following the schedule that we've already been following. Special area class will occur at about 12:55, and honestly, that I think is asynchronous. There'll be activities that they can access, and Mrs. Allison has also made a Google Classroom for them that they will be able to get to through the overall Google Classroom, and then there's several teachers' Google Classrooms for them to access. So I will ask her how she wants to facilitate the art, if there's a certain time she wants them to do those activities, or if it really matters, if they can do it just kind of anytime they'd like. So then for their work with teacher, their work alone activities, those kinds of things that are going to be in between those 3 group learning times, that's what the paperwork activities are for. And they're kind of lined out each day what they're expected to do. And then when we return from Thanksgiving break and everyone's more acclimated to being on the device, accessing all of the technology, then we will move to additional Google Meet times with small groups and individuals, utilizing myself and the paraprofessionals in the classroom, in which they will have their individual and small group times to work on their individual IEP goals, so that they also get those addressed specifically for them. So we're going to, if they're working on a sight word reading program, we'll continue to work on that together. If they are working on math using touch points, that sort of thing. We'll also add some virtual tub tasks. We're going to add a listening center station. There's some more things that we're going to add, but I just thought it would be overwhelming to throw everything out at everyone at the very beginning. So I think this will be a nice bridge and crossover. Please reach out if you have questions. I know it says that we're available from 7:30 to 3:30, but as you guys know, this is my happy place, and your kids are my kids, and I love them, and I'm going to miss them so much, and I want to support you in any way that I can. So if you need me, and you have my cell phone number, please feel free to text me. If you need my cell phone number, let me know. Send me a Parrot Square. I will respond as soon as I am able. Take care, stay safe, and I hope to see you all sooner than later. Bye.